Hey, this is Burns, and this is the Sitdown Powered by Respawn Products. My full name is Matthew Potoff. My alias is Burns. My favorite game of all time would probably have to be Advanced Warfare. I felt I was the most impactful player that I could be. I really enjoyed the movement on that game and the ability to finesse players. And I'm really excited for Advanced Warfare 2 to come out in the near future. My online alias origin is a pretty funny story. I was watching Happy Gilmore when I was younger, and I thought Shooter McGavin was one of the funniest characters alive. I wanted to have my Xbox gamer tag be Shooter McGavin. It was unfortunately taken, and I didn't realize that a lot of younger kids put X's and O's and numbers after their gamer tag because they couldn't get the original one. So my dad mentioned that we take my mom's side of the family Burns, and I became Shooter Burns for a very long time until I started to join competitive teams. And since Shooter was so freaking long, I just had my organization clan tag and then Burns, and that's kind of how everything happened. The games that I grew up playing when I was younger started on PlayStation, played Army Men, Twisted Metal, Crash Bandicoot. I think that's the name. Don't make fun of me if that's not. And then I went on to playing a ton of Halo. That introduced me to local lands in the St. Louis area with Halo 2 tournaments and COD 4 tournaments happening simultaneously. And that's really what got me into competitive gaming, going to these tournaments with my high school friends and realizing that I was, extremely competitive and good and always winning or placing second next to other really accomplished players in our community. It was a lot of fun. My shift from professional play to management is due to Dan Clerkey. He was my manager for my last two events, and unfortunately, he was the manager that was pushing me to quit, and I wanted to keep playing, but ultimately it was a very good decision for myself. I placed top 24 two events in a row, and I just kind of felt like my time was coming up because that's never happened in my competitive career. I was able to transition smoothly, taking a lot of the experience that I obtained as a player and applying it to all of the players and coaches that I overlook, and I owe a lot to Dan for kind of pushing me and giving me the opportunity at eUnited to take that next step. I was promoted to the GM of eUnited once our Call of Duty team won the 2017 Major League Gaming Atlanta Championship. I played a big part in recruiting Arcides, Pristini, and Gunless, who were tremendous factors and complete standout players that, now they're flourishing. But at the time, they really fit in with Silly, who was our inaugural member of our eUnited Call of Duty team. And everything just clicked and everything worked really well. And I was able to kind of dip my hands into other communities and teams. And it's been a true blessing to be a GM. I wouldn't want to do anything else. Definitely need to shout out the old Call of Duty crew for stepping up and putting me in the position that I am now. And that's why I really respect those guys, because I feel like I wouldn't be where I am today without those four. It's a pretty long day. I get up around 9 a.m. in the morning. I start my meetings with our director of marketing and strategy, John, around 10 a.m. and really just handling the day-to-day partnership meetings, managing smaller micro player requests, whether it's for merchandise or them needing new equipment. And then the day really picks up when we get towards scrims. I really try to balance myself and help the team that needs it the most throughout the night. But I usually have 2 to 3 streams up at once with all of our teams playing, trying to pick up on ways to create a healthy scrim environment that replicate to, their competitive days. 12-hour days at times for sure. One of the more underappreciated things that I do at eUnited is probably just a factor of my personality. I like creating relationships with players. I like hearing about their goals and what they want to do in life. And obviously when a contract comes to an end, or if there's someone that needs to get rid of this person on a team and you're trying to figure out how to stabilize a team and not make a quick fix, it's really tough sometimes. And where I feel maybe underappreciated is, how much effort and energy you can put into your team sometimes as a GM, and you have to be able to balance that relationship of being a friend with the player and also being their boss. And that's really difficult at times because you're building these relationships, you're traveling with players, and sometimes seeing a player go and leave or potentially get traded, those are always, really tough decisions that you have to make. But yeah, for the most part, I'm hoping that throughout my time as a GM, I'm just able to make the most impact that I can with every player that comes into eUnited.